speaking to investors away from traditional IT and app companies into biotech. One of the big reasons for that is that there is like these big unicorn startups that get $1 billion in funding without any customers. And they see biotech and food tech as being a huge area that they can invest in that has tangible results. If anyone has any questions about the scene over here, you're more than welcome to ask through. Maria, do you have any questions about biotech and biohacking in San Francisco?
I mean, I was there last year.
Whereabouts did you go over here?
What do you mean? I went and visited all the hacker spaces. So I went to Biocurious, Counterculture, I didn't make it to Berkeley Labs, but I also went to New
So Berkeley is kind of interesting because that's where Brian Powell, who's another hacker who came out of Sydney, who's now successfully commercializing a business in microfluidics over here. And he's actually renting a bench at Berkeley Biolabs. So Berkeley Biolabs is kind of somewhere between a traditional hack lab and IndieBio. So you rent a bench for $1,500 a month per person. And then you have full professional places which are about $3,000 a month. And then you can rent at the biohack spaces, you can effectively go there for free or $40 a month. And when you're looking at commercializing your business, you kind of transition either one of these spaces and then into an even bigger space. So I think that's naturally that will end up happening in Sydney. Maybe ATP will end up being that kind of space where you're paying like a lot of money a month, but getting a lot more professional services.
What's the coolest shit you've seen over there?
Oh man, I actually don't even know where to begin. So I haven't interviewed these guys yet, but have you guys all heard about the miracle berry? It's a little like berry. When you eat it, you can't taste sour. You can only taste sweet. Yeah. So they are basically taking the gene that codes for this protein and putting it inside lettuce, and then hydroponically growing this lettuce in mass quantities because it's really hard to grow the miracle berry. And they're using that as a protein-based sweetener. So they're one of the cohort that's coming through with us. There is a group I was talking to Peter about before that are electro-spinning fabrics. So it looks like a 3D printer, but they basically take polymers and weave fabrics super fucking quick on this machine. There's VR and AR startups everywhere. There's a ton of these. So I might be moving into a live-in hack space in the center of San Francisco. Which is like $1,000 a month, and they have like full make facilities. It's like maybe better facilities than robots and dinosaurs, but that kind of idea. But it's huge, and there's like bedrooms you can live in and hack downstairs. So that's like mind blowing. If I get that space, I'm going to be staying in San Francisco for the next month. So you guys will see heaps of it. The coolest shit, I like the biohack labs over here. Even the smaller ones are really serious. So I've met pretty much everyone involved with the Glowing Plant Kickstarter that raised $500,000 US. I've got some very interesting news to share with you all when I get back, but I can't put it up available on the internet publicly. So all the biohack spaces here are really keen and active in raising money through crowdfunding, and they see that as the way to do it. They're all consistently raising $30,000 or $40,000. They know that it's going to take $200,000 to get most of these products to market, but they can do the base level research they need for $30,000 to $40,000. And that's enough to get the next round of investment. So that's the Open Insulin Project, real vegan cheese, and they're making a lot of progress with it. So the biohacking here is kind of the same feel we have in Sydney, but they're really like pushing forward hard with the science, and they're funding it through the crowdfunding.
Cool.
Well, yeah, how's it been with like Ethereum? Have you heard anything combining biohacking and Ethereum? Like decentralized augmentation would be fucking cool.
Yeah, so Ethereum is like big news over here. People are very keen for it, but I think there's actually a stronger Ethereum community in Sydney. So maybe the people who are talking about Ethereum are more on the hack level rather than on the investor bank kind of level. And like we've got Westpac, obviously in Sydney, who's very, very keen to get involved with Ethereum. But like, let me put it this way: the doorman at IndieBio, who's an MMA fighter, told me he's invested serious money in Ethereum. And he's not a tech. So that gives you an idea of maybe like what people are thinking about over here. And we're talking about biohacker theory, of course, it's not something that people are considering over here. It's like a lot of the tech markets are quite segmented in Sydney. It's like very fused. We all hang out together all the time because there's so many people interested in each niche thing. Each group, meetup group has its own capacity, so they're not always having these interdisciplinary crossovers. So that's one area I think where Sydney has a lot of strength.
Yeah.
I'm really keen to get involved. I think smart contracts and biohacking have a huge opportunity. I think things like laboratory information management systems combined with Ethereum could be really powerful. I also think like things like GMO tracking, where you need complete transparency with government from conception through to what they call cradle to the grave for GMOs, could be something where you can get government funding and biohacking working together to create these systems.
That could be your next application to IndieBio.
I think
Next cohort.
my next application to IndieBio is if they give me 250 grand, I'm gonna subcontract it. So I'm gonna get 10 hackers. I'm gonna give them 25 grand to make an even more ghetto project.
Can you talk a little bit about GeneCoin?
So we'll see how it goes. But they're really keen to get businesses that are ready for acceleration into IndieBio.
Yeah.
They're committed to getting guys from Australia over here. So if anyone has ideas and they want advice, I'm more than happy to put them in touch with Ryan Bethencourt to tell them what they need for a good, solid application. We found out there was over 100 people that applied for IndieBio this round, and it's growing. So they're going to take the stronger and stronger applications.
Yeah, Maria, can you talk about GeneCoin?
Can you talk about GeneCoin?
I haven't seen GeneCoin.
It's not here, is it?
Is this the you were telling me, I think I saw this, Peter. Is this where refresh my memory?
Yeah. No, that's the one where you can essentially obtain digital immortality through the genetic blockchain.
Genome on the blockchain.
Yeah.
Super interesting. So downstairs at IndieBio, there's not a lot of tech, like traditional tech and Ethereum startups. The closest is the bioinformatics side of things. So there's a couple of companies doing genome surveillance and interrogation, working on cheaper ways of sequencing. There's a couple of guys looking at the RNA-seq, so I made a video about them today. They were really interesting, and it's quite interesting the way the business came out of seeing a problem, solving it at a university, and then breaking away from the university and turning it into a technology. I heard a brilliant thing today, which was that while science is really important, there is a distinct lack between the science and the technology. Arvin saying papers don't solve problems, and I think that this is absolutely beautiful. That biohackers are really important in turning the science into technology, and it's great that there's something like IndieBio that enables that to happen. And I think we'll see more incubators like this spring up. So that on the East Coast, they're actually setting up another biotech incubator. So we should keep our eyes peeled for that coming out.
Cool.
Awesome. I'm going to keep on updating with vlogs. Are there any other questions?
Has Meow gone through what he's actually doing? Yeah.
Huh?
What are you actually doing, Meow?
Yeah, that's right. What are you doing over there?
Tell us what you're doing.
He's vlogging.
For people who
Okay. So I don't know if you guys know how I got into IndieBio. So I had a really fucking good idea that got knocked back, but I actually gave another idea to a friend. I don't know if Shane's there tonight, but he's got his visa. Anyway, his visa got denied, so they paid for me to fly over and be until Shane's visa got sorted. So like, I had a joke with the guys about it, that they couldn't keep me out even if they fucking tried. And so I came across, we're doing a humanized infant formula. Basically, infant formula isn't a very good food for babies. The reason for this is that the protein profiles don't really match. And cow milk isn't really designed to feed babies. And even if you supplement it with other things, it's not always a good match. So what we're doing is we're replacing all of the cow proteins with human proteins so the amino acid profiles match perfectly, and then adapting all the other enzymes and proteins so that they are basically what a baby needs. And we aim to have this infant formula humanized so that it's as close to human breast milk as possible. There's a few things we can't put in there, obviously, like antibodies and stuff. There's problems with matching those. But basically, we want to create a product that's as close to breast milk as possible. So if you have to go on a bottle formula, you will have the best possible food for your baby. We've got a lot of interest. We've got some investors that are keen. We've got a distribution network. And
the Chemist
China.
Warehouse guy.
So that's really exciting. We hooked up with David Vandenberg. So it's a pretty solid project. Craig is incredible. The scientist we've got on was involved in real vegan cheese. So he's already got a background in recombinant proteins in milk. And with all the groups here, in the next 2 years, we're going to be able to produce fully synthetic milk because there's all these different groups targeting each individual protein. And that's going to be fucking change the world. Everything from cheese to infant formula to the milk you're going to get in your fridge is all going to be able to be produced synthetically.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Our projects are going well. We've just got our DNA sequences back. Our constructs are working. We're looking at scaling up to mass production. So hopefully by the end of the project, we will have produced 300 litres of our milk, and we're looking at producing about 24 kilograms of our primary protein, alpha-lactalbumin, if everything goes to plan. And if we can do that on demo day, we're going to be very fucking impressive. So I think we're actually one of the strongest candidates. Everyone says, "Oh, we're doing the easy project," but we're also going to do the successful project. So that works out pretty well.
Just get the
Demo day.
yeah. When's the demo?
When's demo day?
It's like, Game of Thrones, winter is coming. They're always saying like demo day is coming. It's because it was originally scheduled for the weekend of the 4th of July, but that's obviously going to cause problems with American holidays. So it's either going to be the week before or the week after the 4th of July. Obviously, all the people who are involved in IndieBio want it to be the week after, but there's some people with visas that might have to have it the week before, but I'm guessing it'll be on July 10th. I'm hoping I'll be back in Australia by then. It'd be really cool if we could have a party at Deloitte where we watch it live.
Yeah, that'd be good. Hey, tell us more about the That's really cool. Just get the judges to drink the milk, like taste test.
The FDA has some pretty strict laws around the human consumption of recombinant human proteins, but there are exceptions and ways that we can go around this. But on demo day, someone's going to be taking a sip of that super sweet lactose-filled baby formula.
Yeah. And before you go, just tell us more about the local biohack community.
Okay, so over here there is a huge biohack scene. I haven't been to BioCurious yet. They're a bit out of the way. They're kind of like Robo Dojo. They're like the Campbelltown of biohackers. Like honestly, they're in the middle of fucking nowhere. You have to catch a train for an hour to get there. But so Counterculture Labs. What's that?
Get an Uber. It's cheaper over there.
It's still a long way to go. So I've been hanging out in Oakland at the Omni. So the Omni is kind of like the space. If anyone's been to the place that Biofamily's in, it's a co-working space for artists. They have a regular hack space, studio room. They have Counterculture Labs. Counterculture Labs is huge. It's about 100 square meters. They're building a PC2 facility. They have hack projects going on there continuously. They have like stacked carbon dioxide incubators. -80 freezers. They have a separate, and this is going to blow your mind, they have a mushroom hack facility. Oh my god, I was in heaven. I walked in there and I lost my shit. So they have a whole room dedicated to mushrooms. They have bioluminescent mushrooms in there. They have Chinese medicinal mushrooms growing in there. The guy who runs it has catalogued 45,000 mushrooms. He's personally identified 300 to 400 mushrooms. One of them was a psilocybin mushroom, and he published them. And he just does this full time. Like, this is his life. There's a fermentation workshop in there, which is a really good way of interfacing with the community. Then we've got Berkeley Biolabs, which is quite professional, but there's a lot of like kind of hackers in there. When I went in there, it had a very co-working feel. Like, people were working on a lot of biotech chem crossovers. So they're looking at ways they can produce things like scents, oils, perfumes, and industrially relevant biocompounds. So you have analytical chemists working with biohackers. Berkeley Biolabs is quite professional. People are wearing lab coats in there. People are inventing constructors, so it's going to be a severe space. They have a PC2, a PC1, and then like an exempt kind of lab, and it's all in a chain. But then in the PC2 lab, they have the door open because it's too hot. So go figure. There's also like a whole heap of businesses that support all these. So we have like companies like in Australia, equivalent would be Lab Friend, but here they're called things like Lab Launch. There's also really regular meetings happening all the time, all across these spaces. And the other thing is that because there's so many biotech jobs, a lot of these people do this biohacking as a serious hobby and they don't charge for it. So the biohack boot, which they're running out of Counterculture Labs, there's 2 people who are they're volunteering their time and they run it for the cost of materials only. And they're doing a university level course that runs across 3 months and volunteering their time, and it costs $30 a week to go to these, which is incredible. It's great to see that happening, and I just can't imagine how we could run something like that in Australia for that cost. It really needs, biotech jobs for people to be able to do things like that.
Cool. All right, thanks for staying up with us, Meow.
No worries. Take care. Hey, have
Really
a
awesome.
great meeting. I'm gonna watch this in the morning. I'm gonna show it to the guys at IndieBio. I'm really excited. Have a great night. Thanks for having me on, and I can't wait to be back in Australia and see you guys again.
Yeah, see you, Meow. Good. Okay, good luck.